Hey, how's it going, everyone? So what am I working on now? Well, I've got that 2017 Ford Fusion in, the one that I had the other day with the shift cable that came apart. Now, the car is all of a sudden setting a P175B, which is the shifter cable misadjustment code. So I'm like, okay, well, that's weird because I didn't do anything with the cable adjustment. All I did was change the bushing, but who knows? Whatever. And it turns out there is an update for that bushing, and that bushing is available from Ford for like $1, which I had one in my kit, which, like I said, fit perfectly. So who knows? And it's funny because if I look at the bushing that I had in the kit that I used in the car, it matches the one from Ford. So, but what I wanted to point out to you is, which I found kind of interesting, I started going through the steps to find out what the adjustment procedure is. And you have to use a scanner. So I broke out my Snap-on scanner, and I went through everything in my Snap-on scanner, because you have to find cable adjustment mode. Guess what I couldn't find in my Snap-on scanner? I couldn't find cable adjustment mode. I couldn't find it in engine. I couldn't find it in transmission. Okay. So what did I do? I broke out my new Bluetooth scanner that I got from King Bolin. And it's in there. Now, this scanner itself is, I originally said I thought it was in the $400 range. It's in the $500 range, if I'm not mistaken, like close to $600. But it is a pretty complex piece. This is like a professional type scanner, and I will give it that. I'm actually pretty impressed that it actually has a cable adjustment mode in it. So far, the couple things that I've seen on here, it actually seems to be better than my Snap-on piece. Longevity wise, I don't know yet. The screen is smaller though, which I don't like that, but I do like the fact that it does things that I can't do with the Snap-on. At 1/5 the price. Anyway, let me show you this real quick. So here, cable adjustment mode. See it right there? I just went into miscellaneous functions and it was right there. This is launch. I forgot exactly what it is. I'll put a link to it in the description. But anyway, it's a 919 EBT or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description. So I'm not quite sure what I got to do here, but like I said, I was reading the description of the code and what you need to do, and it said you had to do this. So it tells you that you got to put it in drive, which you can't shift it into drive if it's not running. So I'm assuming this allows you to shift it into drive while it's not running, but I'm not positive. It just tells you got to select this. So the key is on right now. This function will change the vehicle status. Yes, of course it will. This procedure is used to enable the shift cable adjustment mode. Perform this function upon replacement of the module, the cable, the transmission, blah, 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 or related brackets. Okay, perform this function as recommended in a service manual procedure. You want to continue? Yes. Okay. So it tells you to shift this to drive. Okay, so now what I have to do, I actually have to go under the hood. I have to disconnect the shifter cable, and I got to make sure that it is one position away from full clockwise rotation. So let me go do that, and let's see where we wind up. All right, so the adjustment is down there. I'm going to remove the air box now so we have better access to that, so I can actually pop that linkage off. So with the air box out of the way, we're just going to pop this up gently, like that. So now, I don't know if you noticed, it actually did jump a little bit. So, ooh, it's hot though. So it tells you go all that way, all the way that way, and then back one. Whoops. It's very hot. So it's all the way that way, and then back one. So now it actually isn't lined up correctly. I don't know if you can see that. If you look at the center line of the two, this thing's got to come forward a little bit more. So let me do that. We have a guest in the shop. Hey, baby. Hi. I know you're missing your daddy. Your daddy had to go out for a little bit. You're a good boy. So he's our little guest shop hound for the day. Maybe for longer, who knows? I don't know, we'll find out. All right, let me get into adjusting that. And now to adjust this, if you look, here's a better shot of it. You can see how it actually is off whack a little bit. So that would be my fault from when I installed this. Although, why? I don't know, because I didn't change the adjustment. So to adjust this, you gotta pull back on this green piece here. It'll go against the spring. Then that white piece you gotta pick upward to release the adjustment. So now with that up like that, it's kind of hard for me to show you only because this pipe is in the way. This is an actual hard pipe underneath there. This thing can actually slide on the shaft. See it? So now we're gonna get this lined up and in place like that. So now that should be right where it's supposed to be. And you push down on the white piece, which I know you can't see, just like that. So now that should be exactly where it's supposed to be. So now we can put everything else back together because that's locked in place. Make sure the green piece is butt up against the white piece, as you can see right there, because that's actually what locks everything together. There you go, everything's all together. So let me wash up and then let me go back to the scanner because I'm going to clear out the codes and we're going to take this thing for a quick little road test to make sure everything's good there. I believe that little slight adjustment being out of whack is probably what created the issue. Just weird because you wouldn't think just by changing the bushing that that thing would go out of whack, but whatever. So, all right, let's do that. Okay, so back into the car and let's shut the light off here. So let's see, we're in adjustment mode. All right, so vehicle cable adjustment mode, complete the procedure. Complete the procedure as described in workshop manual, press OK when finished, which I already did. Okay, why did it fail? Probably failed because it took too damn long. But it should be all okay now because everything's done. I think it's a key timed out possibly. Let's see. Oh, it's in drive, that's why. This car has other issues. It's in reverse, neutral, drive, and I could feel it engaging. So I'm going to go back now. I don't know if I can clear codes on this. Let's just see. Okay, I think I went to, oh yeah, I did go to powertrain and then service functions. And no, it wasn't service functions. What was it? Transmission. And okay, that's where it was. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to screenshot that, but okay. Delete, I don't need to save that. So I'm going to go to back. Let's do, where do I want to go from here? I don't even know. Automatically search. I was already in this, so it just has to reboot it because I backed all the way out. That's all. I'm still learning this scanner too. I think what I'll do is let me let it load up first. I'm gonna shut it down and just turn the key on because then I'm gonna scan it and clear codes. All right. So I just shut it down. Now I'm gonna put it back into run mode. We're gonna do do I want health report or system scan? I don't remember. System scan. Let's see if that's what I'm looking for. All right, let me let this do its thing, and we're going to come back to it once it's finished. This way you don't have to watch the entire thing. All right, so I did suspect that, but that's not exactly what I was looking for. It just tells me what it's equipped and not equipped with. All right, that's great. I really don't care. Let me go to System Selections. I'm going to go to Powertrain, PCM Powertrain, because that's the only thing I'm really concerned with, to be honest with you. Powertrain and then tranny controller, they mirror each other in terms of codes, but I'm going to go and double check tranny anyway after I clear this out. Come on. Any day now. Am I in accessory mode, not run mode? No. Alright, let's see. Read fault code. Retrieve. Definitely not as fast as my snap-on scanner, but okay, so we got the misfires detected, and there's that transmission range code. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to clear the DTCs. Yes. Okay. There are no DTCs. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to go back. All right. Transmission range. I know there's no code. Whoops. I didn't mean to go in there, but there are actually no codes in here. At least there wasn't last time. Yeah. It's always a problem with touch screen, and sometimes you accidentally touch the screen. All right. Transmission range control module, blah, 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 blah. Radio, SSC, passenger front door module, steering, powertrain control. Okay, see, this just listed as powertrain control module, which includes the transmission, I believe. Let's just make sure. So, let's see. Yeah, so it lists it as one piece for this, the powertrain control module. This does not have a separate PCM from what I understand. However, the snap-on scanner does show a separate one, but everything is mirrored in it. So, yeah, so we're going to escape out of this, and let's go take this thing for a road test. Now, one thing, with this scanner being Bluetooth, obviously it's not hooked to the car, so it doesn't charge like the other scanners do because they're plugged into the car. This one, you actually have to plug in when you're not using it. So right now I'm at 90%. Right there. Yeah, so I'm going to let that go for a little while. Maybe get it down to 75%. And then I'll plug it in. All right, let's go for a road test. So back from the road test, everything went perfectly fine, no issues. I actually forgot to record that. I'm back at the shop. I'm working on something else now. So, but yeah, everything seemed to go fine. So I'll know in a couple of days if it was a confirmed fix or not. Like I said, it's just weird that the adjustment would be off since all I did was change the bushing, but things happen. What are you going to do? All right. Hopefully you got something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys. Have a great day. Keep wrenching.